Hi guys, Mike turning on the Knothead tool. Going to show you one of my favorite terminal knots. And there's a lot of knots that are called something else but are very much a uni knot. And this is going to be the double uni knot. And it's a little smaller than the quad or the single. It's probably used more by most people. It single wraps and it takes away from the double you see on the quad. But it turns out to be a smaller knot, making it more universal to different size lures, different, hooks, jigs. So you're like on the hooks, your bullet weight or whatever weight's not impeded when it comes down onto the lure itself. So I'm going to turn this real quick for you, and this thing really makes it nice. If you're out in the field and you're turning these knots, and you need a bigger hole, or if your hands are cold, sometimes you just can't get around to get this stuff done. And sometimes you want to add extra turns. This will allow you to do just that. Okay, I'm going to start out by placing this right through the back side of the eye on this jig. I'm going to bring this through, and I'm going to place this right here just like this. Okay? And then I'm just going to take this. I don't have it down tight, so I'm going to pull around. And I'm going to come right back through that same side, just like that. Okay, so I'm actually coming through this back side just like this. And you don't want this tag line to pass through any part of that loop. Okay, and then I get enough to pull this. Okay, and then I put down my tension, capture tension, and the retainer. And then I just pull this in just like this, or you can pull it in like this, whichever way you feel comfortable with. As long as you go under or over, you're not crossing that line. That's the main thing. Okay, so you've seen how I put that in, just like this. I'll show you again. So I bring it over, and I actually run it down the line, and I pull this in, just like this. I'm going to capture the retainer. But this side of the line's coming up and over. I hold my retainer, and I just pop it in just like that. So now this area is captured, so you can make your turns around. Makes it very easy. Then I bring this up just like this. I form the size of loop I want. That's very important. I always place my unis on the same side, because if I place it here and turn it under, this is the way I have to come out, towards me. Easy to remember that way. And then I just take this and I start turning. So I turn towards me, under and towards me, under and towards me. And it really is pretty easy. You see that nice big hole you got there? I'm going to put 10 turns on this, which is not too many and not too few. It's perfect. And I space those out. And all I do is I take this off. And on this one, you see, all you have is a tag and a main line coming out. I then capture right here, if you can see this, right behind the loop, right on the two lines. I don't want to put a whole lot of pressure on them. I want everything to pull through. So then I just take from there and I pull this into a slip, just like that, okay? And once in a while I'll brush it back. You don't want to get this too tight. And then if you want, you can lubricate it, okay? And then from there, I come back right here and I put a little pressure, not much, and because I want everything to flow through, and I pull this down just like this, okay? Once there, before I get to the end, if I need to pull on anything, say the tag or whatever, you don't want to put too much tension on it, but you can pull that in. Put a little pressure right here on your turn. You're about a 1/16 away from your eyelet, and you pull this main right into it, okay? So you're pretty much done with the knot. I always pull one more time on that main when I get done. I'm going to cut this off right close, right there. Okay, and I'm going to take this out. I'm going to take this main line, and I'm going to give a good pull on it. I lock a couple half hitches around my hand, and I pull on it. And this is what you end up with right here. It's really a great, strong knot. It's one of my favorites, probably one of the most used, and it really holds good. And it's really, can go up or down, smaller, a little bigger. It works great. The double uni slip knot on the Knothead tool. Give the Knothead tool a try. Check out our video library, and good fishing, folks. Thanks.